there's your muse. We're about to get to your ADD news. Of course, open phones always here at KROQ. The number is 800-520-1067. Mike, what's up, bud?
I have a question to ask. Allie's Mush Powers really did a number on the Lakers last night.
Yeah, they sure did.
And we know that the Mush Power exists. Can she use Mush Powers for other things? Like if I don't want my cousin Harrison getting married, can she wish the couple, like maybe happy engagement, happy wedding, hope you have a great wedding, and see what happens?
I don't know a lot, but I do know that Harrison is going to have a successful marriage that will last forever.
Oh, this is wonderful news. Thank you, Allie. I appreciate it.
The power of the mush has just been put out there. You're welcome. Anything you need, the reverse mush. She says things. The problem is, can you weaponize your mush powers? That's what we're trying to figure out.
Usually that's not how it works. It's really things that I care about. But I mushed Coachella. I mushed all of Coachella. I've seen all these articles about how it was like, it's done now.
Yeah.
How it was like one of the worst years ever.
And also mushed Kid Cudi, too.
Yeah, I was like, I love that Kid Cudi. And then he had this weird fall off the stage and broke his ankle.
That was a crazy mush because Allie said, hey, Kid Cudi, I like that guy. He's going to do great. And then the guy it was almost like he got taken over by the demon of your mush.
It was like his body
did
stopped
look like
working.
that. Yeah.
Omar, did you see I sent you another angle of the fall?
It was great. That angle's so funny, dude.
Omar and I have just been looking at all the different angles of Kid Cudi falling off the stage.
I mean, he looks like someone who's like in a creek stepping on rocks.
Yeah, it was great.
Like he just is so unsure of his footing, and then he just falls off the stage.
So Allie has the mush power. If you're new to the show, whatever she says, whenever she says someone's doing great, like she'll bring up random people, like Joshua Jackson, that's a marriage we can all get behind, and then 2 days later, story announced they're getting divorced.
He's with someone else now. He's good.
Let's get to your news, and let's just careful with the mush power. It's too much. With great power comes great responsibility.
The Lakers, by the way, I didn't watch 1 second of that game.
You did watch a little.
No, I didn't.
You saw the score? You saw they were up by a lot?
I saw the score because you posted it.
But didn't you say something at one point like, they're going to win this one?
No, I didn't think anything of it.
Oh, be careful.
Why would I root for them to win? They're not my team.
Yeah, but still, that was crazy what happened. It did feel like there was a mush power over that game because it was like
Maybe it's a subconscious mushing.
Oh, God.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News. I can already feel myself getting dumber.
So there have been many projects talked about that never seem to actually happen, like the gondola to the Dodger Stadium or the bullet train to San Francisco. But arguably, the most important one would be the train from L.A. to Vegas. And it is finally breaking ground. The $12 billion high-speed rail, it has officially begun construction, and it should be complete by 2028. And you know what I'm excited about? You know those videos of people losing their ass on Spirit Airlines?
Yep.
I cannot wait for the train version of that. Yeah. I mean, just because train has such a special kind of crazy and always has, even if it's a brand new train, it just attracts that type of crazy. And then throw Vegas into it, like Sunday morning Vegas people into it, it's going to be so good.
They were showing, I guess, I don't know if it was a simulation of what it would look like.
Of the stabbings that are going to take place.
Of all of the different fights that happen on there. It's pretty impressive how many fights.
It's going to be like this. No!
No, they were showing how fast it's moving compared to standard traffic on the streets, and it looks like it is moving
like light speed because it's going like 100. Is it like 100 or 200 miles?
All I
an
know
hour?
is they have a simulation of bumper to bumper traffic on one way and kind of like heavier flow on the. I mean, very realistic LA stuff, and then you just see this thing go whoosh.
Well, and I wonder how frequent it's going to be, right? Because obviously they predict millions of people are going to be taking this train. I mean, that's if you have the option of just sitting on a train being hungover rather than getting your ass to the airport or driving while you're still feeling like you got to throw up.
But you still got to drive to Victorville or something, right?
I think it's in my hood. I think it's going to start in Rancho Cucamonga.
I think that's right.
Okay, that's better.
But you can sleep, then you're there. You know what I mean? It's like a few extra hours of sleeping. Or what is it, an hour?
I guess, but I feel like, Omar's house is an hour away from my house, right? So that's an hour towards Vegas. And then I feel like at that point...
Yeah, but you're already in L.A., so you feel like you've done it already.
I guess. Yeah, it'll do very well. I hope we're on the first. I'd love to be on the first voyage of it.
I know. Well, 2028 is when they say it's going to be, but who knows? I feel like these things always get abandoned or delayed. All right, when you kick off a new tour, the last thing that you want is to be sued for said tour. Madonna kicked off her tour by insulting a person in a wheelchair. That was the kickoff point.
That was the best.
Now,
Also, didn't Ricky Martin have like a huge erection at one of her shows?
oh yeah, because she brought him on stage, and then she always has very sexy male dancers, and he
Yeah.
was like, I think he was trying to put something over his crotch
Yeah,
to make
he
it
was
seem
a
like he
big
didn't
old
have
boner.
a giant boner.
Yeah, dude. I mean, show that wang, dude. It was very impressive from what I saw.
That's Omar's second Wang mention in the first hour of the show. If you're keeping track.
That wang.
Yeah, 2.5.
You heard him, Ricky. Anyway, now her fans are suing her for showing, quote, total disrespect for her fans. She was already sued by her New York audience. Now she's being sued by her D.C. audience because they claim they were left to wait for hours in a hot, uncomfortable arena before taking the stage to lip sync her performance. And apparently at one point when the fans started chanting AC, AC, AC because it was so hot, her response was, F you, I'm cold. If you're hot, take your effing clothes off.
Whoa.
Damn.
Yeah, and for the amount of people that people pay for tickets now, they're going to be expecting an incredible show. Because, it's you're paying at least sometimes $700 or $1,000 just for like a decent seat to a tour like this. And if you're getting a lip-synced performance from somebody who's insulting you, I could totally see people suing over that.
Yeah, but when people start complaining about the temperature in there, you can tell your audience has aged up a little bit. I mean, that's really...
It's hot.
Yeah, like I don't
and
think...
I'm having a hot flash.
Yeah, there weren't a lot of people complaining about the temperature at Coachella.
Or at like Taylor Swift shows.
Yeah, you didn't see that complain at all.
But Omar, you've seen Morrissey in concert, and
He left 'cause
is
he was
known
cold.
for
Yeah.
delaying his shows, not showing up for his shows, and people ask for refunds all the time, but I don't think they ever sue.
Yeah, they ask for refunds, but often they don't even get the refunds. But I don't think I've ever heard about Morrissey getting sued.
Yeah.
No. People just kind of like know that's the risk they're going to take.
Another thing that is going extinct, it's a sign of the times, literally. Not only is handwriting going extinct now, people don't even know how to sign checks anymore. Many Americans have reported that they have not handwritten a note or a personal letter in 5 years. And some believe that this is why our IQs are dropping for the first time, because writing helps increase the brain's cognitive abilities. It'll help develop your fine motor skills. And with people unable to read their own handwriting or the handwriting of anybody else, that part of our brain is just dwindling down to nothing.
It's just another thing that I never decided to focus on, and of proving that I will be right eventually. I used to get
No,
the
it's
worst.
actually just proving that you're dumber.
No, it's not. It's proving that I didn't waste any time fixing my handwriting like my teachers would always say.
I know, but they're saying this is bad. This
Oh,
is a sign of the
well,
decline of humanity.
Clearly, I'm not smart enough to understand the subtleties of your comments.
It's going way over your head.
Alley Show.
Ha 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 ha! I laugh at everything you guys say. I mean, I'm talking about the show that brings you ultimate figures, the show that brings you Don't Be a Dick, the show that brings you Sweet Divots. Hard to keep the energy alive after this long.
You ain't got to flame everything.
Goedemiddag, met het Arendsnest, Koen.
106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Hell yeah, on a Tuesday morning, we will get you into a brand new hour of K-Rock goodness right now. Good morning, I'm Klein, there's Allie.
Hi.
DJ Omar Khan right there.
Hello.
Jake Z Nerd.
What's up?
Yeah, Postmaster Johnny and Vanessa taking your calls in the other room at 800-520-1067. We got lots going on this morning. Get you on that standby list for K-Rock World Tour 2024, destination number 10. Puts you in Toronto, Canada with Imagine Dragons. That's coming up around 9 o'clock. More tickets to the Netflix is a Joke. This time presents Daniel Tosh at the Dolby on May 4th. We'll get you into that show. And I think when it comes to dating, everybody has a rule as it pertains to age of person they will date.
God, there's such specific rules, too. And I don't know if it's like a generational thing or if every individual has made up their own set of rules.
Now, some people make the argument, or the longer they stay single, they will change what they thought was their criteria. I used to always say I would never date anyone younger than my little sister.
And then look at you now.
And now look, and
Nah.
now I'm dating someone young enough to be my sister's daughter. Isn't that amazing? That's not true. No,
But you broadened your
they're
horizons.
the same age, I believe. Hold on, let me do the math on that.
Well, wait, you met her at your sister's birthday party when she was 12?
No. I met no false. You're trying to make me sound creepy, but that's not
No,
true.
that is true.
I met her at. I met her at
a different children's
You
birthday
met her when
party.
she was younger than 12?
No,
That's even creepier,
When I
dude.
met my wife, this is not when I met her.
I helped
was
her in the monkey bars.
17. She was 12. But we
Okay.
didn't. But I didn't know.
We
I
just
But I didn't know I met her then. I didn't know I met her until she was 21. I was 25.
You sized her up. You're like, I'm waiting for you,
stop
baby.
it. I didn't say
Worth
that.
waiting for.
Anyway, what are your...
sorry,
And look at you now.
What are your rules?
What are your rules? Because
That's
clearly
the
Klein
question.
has none.
I need new rules. So we'll get to yours coming up later this hour on the show. And the GOAT line. All the comments, critiques, and criticisms. And there's a few that's been brewing on the GOAT line. We will get to that as we unload GOAT together. We'll do it next on KROQ.
Klein, Alley, Show!
Klein Alley Show.
KROQ. KROQ.
Gift of Living Forever. We got that coming up next hour. Plus something that I am very much looking forward to involving one of the engineers here in the building who you'll get a chance to meet. The man that helps keep the train on the tracks here at KROQ. His name is Justin. We all do a lot of impressions about him behind his back, and we will bring him into the studio, and he will listen to all of the impressions we've done about him to determine which one of us does the most spot-on impression of him. Allie,
I know who was going to win.
Give us a sample,
Sure.
Allie. Give us a sample.
I'm not going to give you a sample without hearing him first. No one knows what I'm doing.
I got it. I'll play you a sample because people have laid down their
Did you press
impressions.
the button?
Yeah.
Which button is pushed down?
He does. He is the smartest guy in the building and definitely makes us feel dumb
Engage
because.
the call for me, please.
Did you think about turning the mics on? Are the mics even on? Because that's on you. That's user error.
It's always like user error. It's always my fault.
Said user error.
This is Johnny's impression of him.
Hi, it's Justin. I'm an engineer here at KROQ, and I work on the computers all day.
So listen, he's going to come in here. It's going to be great. He's going to listen to all of our impressions of him and determine which one of us does the best impression of him.
Hey, guys, I made some bagels.
This is another one too. He'll be in next hour.
Sound like me at all.
If you ever worked in a building with coworkers, everyone does. There's certain coworkers people love to do impressions of, but usually you would never do that to the person's face.
Yeah, I know.
That's going to change today here at KROQ.
I don't know how he's going to feel about doing this,
Not
but he
great.
did agree.
Not great, really.
Don't feel good about my self-esteem right now.
Down the hall.
No.
If you would like to join us, the phone number is 800-520-1067. Here's your news.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for some ADD news. Is the FCC okay with me saying okay? Good to know.
All right, we haven't had a good roast in a while, and the new one coming out could possibly be the GROAT, the greatest roast of all time. That's what Jeffrey Ross is calling it. And it is the first ever live roast to take place. It is a roast of Tom Brady. It's happening on Netflix, and the trailer just dropped. Here's a little piece of it.
It's JB Smooth calling roast Fat Alley.
No.
I'm calling roast Fat Alley. That's what I'm talking about.
That's not the right
The
one.
greatest
I'm in.
roast.
That's a different roast. That is not the same one as this one.
It's a food roast.
The greatest roast of all time, Tom Brady, live, hosted by me, Kevin Hart, with a lineup of surprise guests.
We're coming for you, pretty boy.
I'm unroastable. Let's go.
So there's that. Kevin Hart is hosting, who is the butt of many jokes.
Yeah, that's going to be great, and that's one of the many events we can look forward to as part of Netflix as a Joke, taking over all of SoCal starting in a few weeks.
And it will be unedited and uncensored.
Hell yeah.
All right, we're voting on a new president this year. Seems it will be the same crappy choices that we had the last time around. And when you have crappy choices in real life, you can just lose yourself in a fantasy world of television. So they did a poll on what celebrity president you would most like to have, and America has spoken. Which celebrity do you think was most voted to be a real president?
It's got to be The Rock, right?
The Rock was on the list. He was not top.
Oprah.
Oprah was also on the list, not on the top.
Oprah's a good one, yeah.
So this is a celebrity that everyone loves. This is going to be such a bad... I feel like this is going to be a bad... Oh, Cuban. Mark Cuban.
No.
Really? Why are you laughing? That's such a great answer.
Yeah, but he's like kind of a rich tycoon. I don't think that he's like beloved by everybody.
I think he is, universally.
I think when they're a famous billionaire, there's enough hate for a billionaire that they wouldn't be the top choice over like The Rock.
Yeah,
It's Mr. T. Jake's right.
Jake, nice. I think we can all get on board with that pick, right?
On the list were Oprah,
Move
George.
that house.
Thank you, Mr. T. Thank you. He's moving the
Move
White
the White House? Why?
Whatever you say, Mr. President.
George Clooney, Clint Eastwood, Tom Hanks were all.
Clint Eastwood. Older than our current options.
I know. That's so
No
true.
way.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson was number 2, and number 1 was Denzel, baby.
Oh, Denzel.
Denzel Washington. And you would have a President Washington. And if Dwayne The Rock
I don't
Johnson.
know, man.
Wasn't there a President Johnson, too?
Yeah, they've had all of them before. But I didn't know if you were talking about famous people that have played presidents before.
Well, then
like,
you'd have to go with like Harrison Ford.
Or Pullman.
Yeah, Pullman was a good
Yeah,
one.
Pullman.
Yeah. I feel like
Because
there's
he just was he cared so much.
some movie presidents, even though they're just dumb actors, I still feel like they would be great as presidents because they did such an.
I feel like they could just fake their way through it.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing about Reagan. Like Reagan was so beloved as an actor that they're like, yeah, just put him in the White House. And
Well,
I think,
Arnold Schwarzenegger too was kind of like he was beloved, and then he ran for office, and didn't he do kind of a good job?
but if you were to just do an election, a real election for president based on people that have played presidents in TV or movies, you know who would be the guy from 24? He was great. The guy who went on to do the insurance commercials. He was the president in 24. Haskell or Haskins or whatever. That guy was great. Love that guy.
Man, I'd love to do top.
He'd get
TV
my vote.
presidents.
He would get my vote easily.
Dude, but Biden, come on.
Congratulations, birds.
Yeah, I think we got our
Clint
winner.
Eastwood can't do that.
Happy birthday, dear
Salad.
Denzel isn't wishing happy birthday to Salad.
No, he's not.
All right, California loves a good ban. They've banned plastic bags, red dye number 5, straws, all kinds of things. And a new bill is being put on the table that would ban the screening company Clear from operating in the state of California. And the reason I thought had something to do with like homeland like security, but it was literally about a person going, this isn't fair. Because rich people can just pay to skip the line, and then we all have to sit in the regular security line and see people be escorted and skip the line in front of us. And I'm like, but that's life. Like, that's the world
Allie,
we live in.
But getting cut by someone with Clear hurts for some reason more than any other.
I know, and this senator is obviously butthurt enough to put this bill on the table because he's seen it happen that many times. But I feel like that's just the way that the world works. There's always going to be somebody paying to skip the line. There's always going to be somebody who has the money to avoid the inconvenience of life. You know what I mean? Like, it's just going to always be there.
I think it's probably, I know people say, what's the best part about being rich or having money? I'd have to imagine.
It's skipping the lines.
It would be not waiting in lines.
People do it at Disneyland. People do it everywhere.
So this is different than the pre-check?
Yeah.
Or whatever?
Clear, I think, for some reason, even goes in front of pre-check. I mean,
it does.
And they get escorted.
And you don't have to be screened. You don't have as detailed security screening, I believe.
Yeah. One day at an airport, they were doing like a free Clear, like experience Clear, and they like.
I know,
would you
because
like
I
to
was with you
experience
in the
Clear?
airport, and we were walking through security, and they were like, do you want to talk about Clear? And Klein was the only idiot who was like, yes, I do. Let's just have a little chat, shall we?
I think I
I'm
did
like,
sign
what
up.
are we doing?
I got to get out of that. I think I'm still paying somehow. That's great service, though.
Klein Alley Show.
KROQ.
KROQ.
Klein Alley Show.
KROQ, we're Klein Alley Show. Let's get to your news. Then we'll officially get you on that standby boarding list so you can travel to Toronto, see Imagine Dragons, and we will give you tickets to see their just announced shows happening right here at the Hollywood Bowl. A couple of dates in October. We will get you into that. But first, this.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News. I can already feel myself getting dumber.
All right, Disneyland is the happiest place on earth, but it does become less happy when you get pummeled by a lamppost, which has been happening more frequently than normal. Used to happen not at all, and now, due to bad winds, there have been several injuries reported. No one has died, thankfully, but there have been plenty of serious injuries, so Disneyland called an audible and decided, you know what, let's just replace all these lampposts so that less people get pummeled in the face, and I was wrong. They're not doing that to stop people from stealing them for copper wire.
Allie thought earlier this morning, since you were probably not listening at 6:15 whenever we were talking about this, that the reason that Disney was removing all the lampposts is because people were, quote, breaking in and stealing the copper wire.
Is that they were going to nip it in the bud and say, hey, you know what, we're going to just remove them now and replace them with lampposts that don't have copper wire.
You saw a headline that said Disney removing lampposts.
Mm-hmm. And I assumed that it was because of that.
It was because people were going to Disneyland and being like, I'm going to pay for this trip.
No, I thought it was because they were afraid of that happening. And then I thought, but that's probably not that likely because I feel like it's pretty closed down when it's closed down. You know, it's hard to get in there. But then I was like, you know what? These criminals.
Right.
You know?
Right. Your brain is some mystery. I cannot figure it out.
All right. There are a lot of things that you can say are a workout instead of actually working out. You know, if you park really far away, you're like, cool, I got to work out in. Or like carrying your Costco groceries. You feel like you did something. But according to a new study, most people...
I love it when my kids fall asleep downstairs because I have to pick them up and carry them upstairs. And then I
You're
feel
like, whew.
Yeah, I feel
Heart
Like you're
rate's
doing
all
deadlifts,
high.
right?
Yeah, I'm like, it's pretty much like doing an hour of kettlebells right there.
So most people, according to a new study, consider sex to be a workout. 71% of people say yes, sex is the equivalent of working out, but it does depend on how long the sex is. So a 3-minute quickie is not really working out, but like an hours long sexcapade where your heart's really going, that can absolutely count as a workout. And I have thought to myself, as sex is beginning, I'm like, should I start a workout?
Huh.
Should I just like start a little jog on my Apple Watch and see how many calories I burn during this?
I've had my watch shame me before. I've had it on, had sex, and then it has said to me, it looks like you're about to start a workout. And I was already done with the sex. Like, you know,
Because it does take a few minutes for it to recognize.
Yeah, do you know how humiliating that is? Like, as I'm laying in bed, like, and the watch is like, it looks like you're about to start a workout.
Yeah,
And,
like that you've potentially warmed up for something.
yeah, my wife's already like crying in a shower. Already that much past it.
I have audio of Allie having sex if you guys want to hear it.
I'd like to hear it. Yeah.
That's hot.
That is a workout. Definitely a workout.
I have
Exhausting.
audio of Klein finishing if you guys want to hear that.
Let's hear that. Also
Okay,
true.
now together?
No.
That's how our sex would be.
That is so hot.
And that's a workout.
All right.
Everyone.
Good luck driving to work with your erections now, huh?
Of all the places that it's like satisfying to find parking, I would say number one on my list for LA would be Runyon Canyon. Wouldn't you agree?
Definitely up there.
Because
Dodger Stadium. I mean, there's a few. Just like if you can find one of those spots around Dodger Stadium before having to actually pull in the lot, that feels like amazing.
yeah.
But that's so rare.
Yeah, it really is. If you
Runyon
feel like
is-
you've really won the lottery.
Runyon is one of those places
if
where
you get it like right by the entrance.
yeah, you drive around 19 times, don't
Yeah.
find anything, just go home. And,
So Runyon Canyon obviously has been a hiking spot for a lot of people for a lot of years, and then it kind of got on the map for like, oh, a lot of celebrities hike here. Justin Bieber hikes here. Jessica Biel hikes here. And then, of course, what happens after that is a bunch of people start going to Runyon Canyon, not to exercise, but to just find celebrities. And now the city is dealing with a huge overcrowding problem at Runyon Canyon because so many people are going there not to work out, but to just gawk at celebrities or try and find them. So now the parking has gotten so bad that they're trying to like open up permits to open up some new parking spots so that people can actually like go there and use it for its intended purpose.
yeah, I don't go to that place anymore, but there was a time when I was there. And
You used to go to that?
I used to go
Is this
because
like a one-time thing?
I went one time. And I said, this is really
And said
hard.
it looks like you're
Yeah.
about to start a workout.
At the end, Klein was like,
That's what I did.
Walked right back down that hill, said this is not worth it.
Yeah, I realized you're better off getting dropped off at the top of the hill and just walking down.
and by the way, that's barely a workout. My friend took me, and
It's
it was
not
at the
barely
beginning
work.
of the Looky-Loo stage. I got so upset. I'm like, what are you doing to me?
Yeah.
This is not even a workout.
You
I know,
got it.
it's
You
great.
didn't do the hard way. There's an
I
easy
did do
way.
the hard way.
Which way? Up
I
the-
guarantee you, it's the back way with all the steps.
No,
Yeah.
that's easy.
Yeah,
That's
the
not
no,
easy.
that's the hard way.
easy peasy way. There's another way that even the dogs can't do.
Well, what's frustrating
way
is
I
that
do.
all the celebrities that go there and all the people that are like influencers, they all look ripped and they're walking Runyon, and you're
They
like,
do.
that's all I have to do?
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but that's
But if you did that as your only exercise, you wouldn't look like that.
they do that as like a warm up before they go to the gym for 4 hours and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
right.
And the rest of us are like walking up there in jeans, going like, I think there's ice cream at the
Yeah.
top.
Here's Allie hiking.
God.
Alley Show.
Chachi, ribbon, shaky bakey, Captain Dong Dong, and Diente Muerto. We need the AM show.
It is what it is.
106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Welcome to KROQ. It is Klein Alley's show just after 9 o'clock, which means let's get your ass on an airplane and send you to Toronto, Canada, so you can go see Imagine Dragons, part of KROQ. Whoa.
It's like we're at your house.
So it's like I'm being at home. It's like I'm at home right now. If you want to go see KROQ World Tour, destination number 10, band number 10, Imagine Dragons, Toronto, give us a call right now. We'll get you some tickets instantly to see them at their Hollywood Bowl show that were just announced in the last 24 hours. And then we'll get you on that standby list so you can go see them again, hopefully in Toronto. That's how we do things around here, Allie. It's all part of KROQ World Tour 2024. This hour, we got so much more to get into. We're going to bring Justin back in here for another round of impressions.
No, we're not.
No, we have other stuff going on this hour. I don't know where my schedule is, but I believe we plan some
We're
stuff.
going to get to clickbait.
Oh, that's right, clickbait.
And also, Jake's doing some comedy.
Oh, yeah.
Is that tonight, Jake?
Yeah, big show tonight.
So
Wait, is this the one with Nikki Glazer?
Yeah, like
And
a real
Nick
venue.
Kroll.
Wait a minute. You're on a show with Nikki Glazer and Nick Kroll?
And Doug Benson.
Yeah, dude, you should look
What?
at should look at the poster because it's
No,
like
I thought that was a joke. I thought a fan did that as a Photoshop. That's real?
it's
Sure
real.
is.
Oh, I thought that was a
And
joke.
then you see all their like headshots and stuff, and then you just see a shot of Jake with his
Wait,
backpack
the
and
same
dog.
stage or like a side stage?
Same stage, man.
What?
Are you
That's
parking?
congratulations, man. That's awesome.
Jake,
Yeah.
are you parking the cars for like Nick Kroll and Nikki Glazer, or are you up on the stage?
If they pay me more, I'll do it.
So,
But
Jake,
seriously, did you have to audition to get this slot, or how'd you get it?
This is the same place I did a show at like a month ago, and I did pretty well, so they're having me back.
Oh, this is where your buddy works.
Yeah, that's where my buddy works, how I got the first slot. And then,
so
yeah.
typical Hollywood nepotism. You know someone who knows someone, so you're getting.
Hey,
the
but
spot.
that's great.
Yeah.
I got no problem
Yeah.
with that. Do you have any material
Totally.
planned for tonight?
I'm working on it.
Oh,
Oh,
my
come on,
God.
dude. The origin of your boner, man.
You got
Oh,
your.
yeah, I'll do that one.
Here's what we're gonna do. I'm serious. If you got to go on stage later and tell jokes, what's that tonight? That show is
Tonight, 8 o'clock, Peppermint Club.
Dude,
We
that's
got you.
exciting.
all right. We'll write some material for you to test out before we get out of here today.
All right, can't wait.
It went well with Vanessa, so it's going to go well with you.
I think you're gonna love it.
Just don't mess up the delivery.
Oh, I'll mess it up.
I'm gonna pick up Call It 20 as soon as we're done with this Linkin Park song. Give someone some good news. The even better news is you're gonna get the live comedy stylings of a Jake the Nerd this hour on the show.
Klein Alley Show.